Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. We're going to be talking about Doctor Who. Ratings low, gets beat by competition. Yeah, apparently other shows in the same time slot as Doctor Who are now beating it. Their viewership is up while Doctor Who is down immensely because they're taking all the viewers from Doctor Who are changing the station to other TV shows because they no longer enjoy what they used to love. The Doctor Who ratings are still low despite an uptick in viewership, and the series falls to beat the competition in the same time slot in the UK. Sunday's episode, Fugitive of the Judoon, saw 4.21 million viewers tune in, which was better than last week's episode that was the worst in 31 years. Though Doctor Who failed to beat ITV's Dancing on Ice that brought in 4.42 million viewers. Just to be fair here, Doctor Who, Eaters of Light from, season 10, only had a viewership of 2.89 million views, 22%, and that is lower, but compared to this season, even though the views are slightly higher, they continue to fail miserably. I am trying to be fair here because I should include the fact that the lowest rated Doctor Who episode is from season 10. Doctor Who also had a nice lead-in on Sunday from the FA Cup, which had 4.59 million viewers, but we see that 380,000 viewers chose not to watch Doctor Who and may have instead watching Dancing on the Ice. In the 5 episodes that have aired, the series starring 13th Doctor Jodie Whittaker is averaging only 4.388 million viewers an episode, the lowest of any of the series. Jodie Whittaker has confirmed she will be returning for at least one more season, marking her 3rd. Yes, I can see that Eaters of Light is still lower, as I said, but as I said, this season is just terrible trash. Even though it seems to be avoiding the worst of the Peter Capaldi run, but that's not saying much because at this rate it will be even lower than Peter Capaldi's run. But like the article says, this season is as bad as it was 31 years ago, even if the viewership is just a slight uptick from that. But that's just bad because the 80s Doctor Who had this same level of viewership, and it was just circling the drain until it was basically put on hold for the good next few decades. Fans are not happy with Doctor Who. Fans over at Rotten Tomatoes again weren't too thrilled with Sunday's episode, with Season 12 presently scoring a series low audience score of 15%, though it may be lower as it being said RT is deleting negative fan reviews. I have tried and basically forced myself to watch these new episodes of Doctor Who, a show that I used to love. Orphan 55 was a complete joke, but Fugitive completely destroyed it for me. I am done. Breaks my heart that this is what the show has become. Reviewed one fan. Watch almost anything else and it will be better than this, said another. After Moffat left, this entertaining, sophisticated, complex show became something else. That Doctor Who, I'm female, am okay with gender swap pro tips, see Missy, but since when is this an apology for boring, non-twisty, non-inspired plots? And now, it has been even renewed for a 13th season with the same cast. I'm sad and speechless, commented a disappointed fan. Even though this season is bad, I have to say that I don't see any good in it at all. The fans who are leaving their reviews on Rotten Tomatoes are basically having their reviews squashed just because Doctor Who is trying to save itself and is using any method at all to try and boost its viewership rating, or at the very least try to, make sure no one is speaking bad about it. As I can see, Rotten Tomatoes just proves it's just another trash website. And I'm sure the BBC has nothing to do with putting pressure on Rotten Tomatoes to basically have them erase reviews. But either way, it just shows you that this season is just maybe the worst season of Doctor Who ever, even if the viewership is slightly up. Because they refuse to learn from their mistakes over the last few seasons, the new Doctor Who has always had some level of agenda politics put into it, annoyingly, but at least in earlier seasons from David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston, they were at least good and watchable. But now we have this tripe. There's nothing but trash and hardly even able to be watched without basically wanting to leave the room. But now I'm out. Rest in peace, DW, said another fan. Why did they even bother to make Season 12 after Season 11 was such an awful disaster. Toss those writers and give this Doctor the chance to shine, recommended a fan. The actress, aka Doctor, clearly is unfit to continue for a second season with such a poor performance, and not to mention the storyline is just a poor attempt to create a show and clearly says that they gave up midway. Bring back to old Doctor, reviewed another fan. The writing is just weird. Jodie Whittaker is cringy to watch and the writing is hard to listen to. I'm still a Doctor Who fan, but I truly have to force myself to watch the newer episodes. I never had to do that before, but with this new showrunner and Doctor, I have to, said another. And as I said, earlier seasons of Doctor Who had agenda politics put into them because it is the BBC after all. They can't do anything but do that. But they were at least watchable. They were at least interesting. They had, well, all the Doctor Who shenanigans that people would love. But now, as I said, the current seasons are trash. They insisted on doing this since Peter Capaldi, because somewhere down the line they got into their heads that people love agenda politics and they love being talking down to. No. That might be true of you people who love this stuff, but no. Real people who are normal love to be entertained, and this show is not entertaining anymore. And now we come to the Doctor Who season ratings again. Episode 1, Spyfall, Part 1, 4.9 million. Episode 2, 4.6 million. Episode Orphan 55 was 4.19 million. Episode 4, 4.4 million, and now we're at episode 5 with a measly 4.21 million. Yes, all of these are more than Eaters of Light. That is still 2.89 million, and the worst episode of New Doctor Who. But still, this entire season has nothing going for it. Just because people are watching it does not mean that even the lowest rated episode of the entire series is not just better than what we're getting now. If an entire season can't do more than basically double what the worst episode of the new series of Doctor Who, well, if it can't do better than that, then you know that there must be a serious problem in the management of this show. If they're refusing to basically course correct at this very moment and save this show from where they're going with it, if they refuse to learn from their mistakes, they will continue to plow Doctor Who into the ground, unheeding any and all complaints directed at them, and just will continue to sprout that we're being racist and misogynist. We're not. We want Doctor Who to be better. We want it to be a good show again. We want to watch it. But no, they refuse to listen. They insist on going this route because they are, well, as I've said before, idiots. And I have to ask myself, do they really enjoy Doctor Who? Because if they did, why are they using it as a bullhorn to sprout their nonsense at people? If they were really serious about this show, they should seriously think about just abandoning their plots, getting new scripts, maybe even firing the writers they had and hiring all new ones. Get a new director, and maybe even just regenerate the Doctor right now and give us a new direction and a new Doctor to go with. No, this is the BBC, and they seem to be set in their ways because they hired a bunch of agenda-driven lunatics to run their shows. And now I wouldn't be surprised if all of the BBC's shows and television from now on will just continue to tank in the ratings because no one will want to pay, as I've heard for it, a license to watch TV when they can just watch the internet. Perhaps even stream the older Doctor Who episodes, which at this point would probably be a lot better than anything else, even if it is illegal. What's more, if you have a VPN, no one can possibly stop you, so I hardly think the BBC has anywhere else to go but to try and, well, hopefully reboot Doctor Who with a new Doctor and give us the Doctor that we all know and love. But if they continue on with what they're doing, they're just going to end up destroying Doctor Who, and no one will ever care about it again. If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is going around unsubscribing people, so make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you're not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics They're Bad For You. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. And if you could you also please share this video, share it on Twitter, share it on Reddit, and share it on Facebook. Share it anywhere you think it'll do the most good because YouTube is not going around promoting their own YouTube creators anymore, and it would really help me if you could please share this video. Now listen closely, it's plug-in time again. Keep checking back in all my future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.